But what about the idea of playing? David Graham probably has had one of the coolest jobs in the world working for LEGO, and also helps businesses now learn how to be more playful in the workspace. He joins us now live in Auckland alongside Kira Zanotta, the co-founder of Emmet, an app developed for LEGO. Good morning.
Morning.
What an amazing job.
I know. It's, especially being a parent, you know, it's hard not to be popular when you work for a company like that.
We were just talking in the ad break about the fact that we all of us grew up playing LEGO. Some adults still play with LEGO, including...
Oh yeah, there's actually a large community. We call them AFOLs, adult fans of LEGO. They're great support for the company.
Right, so you consider yourself an entrepreneur in residence for LEGO. What does that mean?
Well, basically it means I have my own company, but then I'm working through that for LEGO. So I'm an entrepreneur, which means I'm basically a little like an entrepreneur, but working inside a big company.
So what does your day look like?
Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble a little bit. You know, most of my day is looking at a screen and going to meetings like most other folks. But I mean, I do get bricks in my hand most often. And actually, at LEGO in the meeting rooms, there are always bricks. So you'll even see the executives sitting and fiddling with bricks while at meetings, which is pretty cool.
It's good for people like me. I'm a fidgeter, so I like to play with my hands a lot.
Exactly.
So it would be nice to have something to...
Yeah. Instead of fiddling with your phone, you know, you actually can build something,
exactly.
right?
And what does that do for people in terms of their mental development?
Well, there's something about the tactileness, you know, of using your hands, and I think it invites creativity to a high extent. You know, it's another form of expression, and so allowing yourself not just to be in your head, but you know, also to use your hands to express yourself and do something, I think is pretty good.
And so one of the main parts of your job now is helping other businesses become more playful. So what are you doing, like setting up sandpits in the meeting rooms and things like that?
Well, basically what I'm also helping is helping companies through digital transformation. And that's why, you know, I'm here in New Zealand. It's actually to be part of Accelerate, which is, you know, a digital transformation program. And it's really about, you know, all things in the world is becoming more digital and more connected. And so in the workplace as well. So the tools we use will become more connected. Data will be something we'll be better at, you know, both harvesting but also using to improve the way that we work, but also our lives in general.
So how does a business become more playful, do you think?
Well, there's a number of things. You know, you need the office space to be inviting for playfulness. I think many offices are not necessarily very playful, neither to look at or to be in. So how can we make things more tactile, more like you can engage with it? At the same time, there's something about the way that we lead people. I think we need to lead people in a way where there's more autonomy. You know, I mean, people are more empowered to pursue ideas, to experiment. And basically, it's one of my sort of mantras is that for companies to survive in the future, they need to be better at experimenting. And when you play, you basically experiment. It's a great way to experiment. It's the way that children learn, right? They learn through play. So empowering that in the workspace as well could be quite efficient.
And it is tough, right? In this day and age, we're often all just sitting there behind our, like you said, sitting in front of screens, staring at computers all day. It's tough, right?
It's tough. You know, we're not built to just be sitting down looking at a screen in a specific angle with our hands, you know. So it's also for health reasons that we need to move around and use more than just that part of our brain.
And Kira, your business is all about playing around, right?
Yeah, we're actually building a worldwide community of LEGO fans, and we're using the fan base to actually teach AI to become a master builder. So what that empowers people to do is take a photo of an object, we can recognise what the object is, and then create a parts list and building instructions for it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thank you.
And the app is called Emmet.
It's called Emmet. So a lot of similarities between our app and Emmet from the Lego movie, who was a master builder and had to learn to become a master builder with help from his friends.
So why did you develop it?
We were building Lego for our son. It was his birthday, and we just had one of those eureka moments. So we've spent a bunch of time over with Lego. We've got a project plan that we've developed in conjunction with Lego and IBM, and we're starting to roll it all out.
I think we have some images of the app in motion, so you can tell us a little bit about what it is that you've actually done.
So the bottom line is friends don't let friends send emojis. I mean, why would you send a generic emoji when you can send a personalised Lego emoji? So these are just examples of the training data that we can start to put through Emmet and interpret straight away what you look like as Lego.
How quickly is it? How immediate is it?
Like literally happens in seconds.
Wow.
The better the training data, so the way AI works is the better the input, the better the output. So that's why we're developing a worldwide base of fans that'll help us train the data.
With those were some regular people, but we've done it with, what do we call them? Irregular people. We've done them with some Kiwi celebrities as well.
Irregular.
Yeah. This is Dame Valerie Adams, of course. This is very cool. So how long how exactly does it work?
Do you notice that Kieran doesn't have the World Cup in his hand?
Yet. Kira? How exactly does the technology actually work?
So it's visual recognition in this instance. So we have an inventory of all the materials and all the hairstyles that Lego minifigures have. And what we can basically do is look at the photo of the individual, which is the selfie that they take on the app. And then we basically match it up to the closest inventory within the Lego minifigure range.
That is so cool. It's in beta phase still at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're actually just recruiting, so people can jump on our website and join our beta. But we'd love to learn what we're doing well and what we could do better. But the bottom line is, like Emmet in the Lego movie, at the moment we're still making plenty of mistakes. I think my wife came out the other day as a bald man, which was fantastic. But
you would have been popular at home there.
There are improvements. But it's interesting with the bias on AI. So when we first got the visual recognition tool, our son, who was the inspiration for the idea, he's got big brown eyes and long eyelashes. And when we were taking his photo for ages, we could only ever have him come out as a girl. So there was obviously a bias that if you've got big eyes and long eyelashes, you must be a girl. So we managed to work out that if he could squint, he could come out as a girl.
Both very, very cool jobs. What would your advice be for companies to kind of make sure that their employees, even if they're not necessarily in the most enjoyable or exciting jobs, can still have fun?
Well, they need to empower their employees to be able to experiment with new things, get new stuff in their hands, new technologies, things like Emmet, where you're trying to bridge the physical and the digital world so that they can play with it.
It's very cool. Hey, thank you so much for joining us this morning, David Graham and Kira Zanotta.
Thanks for having us.